Hey everybody, this is GGB co-host Pepper. Today we're going to get into the Thursday night football game. I nailed last week. I'm pretty good on primetime, I gotta say. My Thursday night football prediction was spot on. I said who was going to cover and who was going to win. Nailed it. In the Bears-Rams game, I told you the Rams was going to blow out the Bears. Nailed that. And then we had the game against the Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens last weekend, and I nailed that one. Told you who was going to win. I called the upset, and I got it right. Puppers, I'm undefeated in primetime games to start out the year. Now, that'll probably end today, honestly, since I jinxed myself. But today we got at 7:20 Central, 8:20 Eastern. We got the Giants traveling to the Washington Redskins. Redskins favored by 3 points on the NFL Network. So the interesting thing about this game, in my opinion, is the Giants have owned the Redskins in recent games, honestly. The Giants are they're undefeated over the Redskins over the past. They're like 1-5 against the Redskins over the past 3 years. Like recently, the Giants have owned the Redskins. The Redskins team did not look. I mean, both these teams did not look great. I picked both these teams to make the playoffs. They did not prove me right last week. That's for sure. I picked the Giants as a 6 seed. I think I picked the Redskins as a 3 seed actually. Both of them didn't prove me right last week. Now, I think the Redskins' loss was better, in my opinion. The Chargers came out with an excellent game plan to keep that front 7 quiet, although, let's be honest, it's the front 4 that's really disturbing if you're going against the Redskins, right? So they came out with a lot of quick passes, make sure they got the ball out of Justin Herbert's fans, so that Chase Young and Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, Matthew Ioannidis, Tim Settle, Daron Payne, they couldn't get after the quarterback. So it's a good game plan. Again, the linebacker core is probably the weakest of the Redskins team, and honestly, it's the one that they're attacking the most with these plays. So I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was a good call by the Chargers. The offense looked way better under Heineke. I got to be honest. Once Ryan Fitzpatrick got hurt, Heineke came in. I'm like, dang, Heineke looks better. He just does look better. And in a game setting, he's a baller. The kid's a beast. And honestly, I think he deserves a chance to win this starting gig because I understand everyone doesn't like him. He's an undrafted free agent. I understand why he went undrafted. The kid is a baller. I'm just telling you, he plays with his heart, plays his heart out, and he gifts players to the big plays at the ball. You saw the Terry McLaurin throw. Well, actually, not the throw to Terry McLaurin way downfield where they ended up catching. You saw him give 50-50 shots to Logan Thomas, which Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't doing. Giants, on their hand, looked really bad against the Broncos. They scored 1 touchdown early with Sterling Shepard, but after that, it was all Broncos all the time. So here's the thing I'm thinking for the Giants. If you did not know, Justin Ross, a guy that I was really excited about for the Giants. Honestly, I thought, why are you drafting Kadarius Toney? You had Kenny Golladay, a pickup in free agency. You already had Sterling Shepard. You already had, speedy guy. His name will come to me. You had him, and you had Justin Ross. Unfortunately, you just lost Justin Ross for likely the year, went on IR. So, the real question is, what do the Giants do next? Luckily, the Jaguars, being the incompetent franchise they were, cut one of my favorite receivers on their team in Colin Johnson. This man, if you did not know, is 6'6", 6'7", around that size. He absolutely dominated his rookie year whenever he had the opportunity. He was mossing people left and right. And the Giants add him to their team, which suddenly has a very good receiving core despite the Justin Ross injury. You have Sterling Shepard, who, by the way, carried this team in week 1. Like, this was not... Like, he scored their only touchdown. He was the only receiver that did anything. If Kenny Golladay really wants to pay that kind of money, he needs to step up for this team. So, what are the key for the Giants for winning this football game? You got to run the ball better. I mean, that's just, it's an honest statement. They did not run the ball well against the Broncos, right? And if you're going to beat the Redskins, you either have to do one of 2 things. Quick passing game and the run. Those 2 things have to be good. The Redskins really only have one really solid linebacker. That's Cole Holcomb, right? Jalen Davis is in his rookie year, so you should be able to pick on him a tad. And John Bostic he's easily their worst linebacker, and he's extremely slow. So you should be able to get the quick passing game going. Can you get the run game going? And that's really going to be interesting for this Giants team, because if you look at the team, they really bad on the ground last week. Now, how much of that is the fact that Saquon Barkley was on a snap count and his knee wasn't exactly healthy, or the fact that the offensive line was just really bad? I think it's a combination of those two things. I think if Saquon Barkley is healthy, whenever he gets healthy, he's going to be a dominant force in the league, obviously. The real problem with the Giants is I never understood it, why they let Wayne Gallman go in free agency. Last year, he proved to be a very solid number 2 running back. Instead of go with Devontae Booker, who has not been good in a long time. Like, this is not a guy that it was just great. He has not been good for a while now. And the fact is he didn't do good last week. And then you drafted Gary Brightwell as a guy I didn't think was very good coming out of college. So, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know, guys. I don't understand what the Giants are thinking at running back. I don't know if you can get the running game going if Saquon Barkley is not healthy. That's going to be a big part of it. What are the Redskins' key to winning? It's going to be up to really 2 players. It's Taylor Heineke on offense. I think we all know that Gibson's a good running back. He can run the ball. He'll be fine running the ball, right? I think we all know what we got in Terry McLaurin. Now, you did lose Curtis Samuel for the next few weeks, but De'Ami Brown was on the field for 92% of the snaps last week. So, again, obviously you trust him. You have Logan Thomas at tight end. You have Adam Humphries in the slot. Like, they have targets. Can Taylor Heineke be the playoff quarterback that we saw last year? Obviously, you don't want him to give that much effort. You don't want him to get hurt. But I think we need to see a similar player like that on Thursday. And another thing I think the Redskins need to win this game is Chase Young and Montez Sweat, right? One of them is going to be going against Andrew Thomas. And Andrew Thomas had a phenomenal week 1, in my opinion, looked very improved from last year. But the fact is, Matthew Pert / Nate Soldier both looked so absolutely atrocious last week that whoever Chase Young, Montez Sweat matches up on one of them, they should be getting after Daniel Jones. Like, that's something that needs to happen. I understand that Andrew Thomas blocks one of you pretty well. I still expect whoever's on Andrew Thomas to get to the quarterback occasionally. But literally almost every single play, you need to be beating Matthew Pert and or Nate Soldier, depending on who they start this week. I honestly don't know. They haven't told us anything. So who do I think is going to win this game? I think Heineke's going to ball out. I believe in the kid. I actually really like him. I don't understand all the hate on Heineke. I do think Kyle Allen would be a safer start because we know what we get with Kyle Allen. But I think Heineke's more of an explosive player. I'm going to go with the Redskins and Taylor Heineke to win this one and cover the 3-point spread.